What's up, beautiful people of the FC Barcelona fan base? Welcome back, coolers, Barcelona supporters, the Blaugrana, and welcome to a tactical analysis of a sensational night in America where we absolutely trashed Inter Miami by 6 goals to nil. They were taken to the cleaners. We whipped. Oh, can I say that on YouTube? No, I don't think so. But yeah, let's just. It's been a sensational night, man, and with the signing of Lewandowski, Rafinha, Casey, and all of these players, it's really fun times to be a Barcelona supporter. I'm looking forward to so much to the new season. But before we get into the tactical analysis, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do. It's gonna be wild this season at Barcelona. Really, the excitement is there, everything is there. Make sure you don't want to miss that. Subscribe to the channel, it's gonna help us a lot. So let's get right into the video, right? So in terms of the defense, it was really good to see Barcelona being dominant. Again, we saw high intensity levels. We saw pressing right from the start. We saw a structured Barcelona. And it's surprising to me because Xavi wasn't even there. And so Barcelona was just sensational. And it was great to see that we put pressure on this team. And they buckled under the pressure, right? Because right from the word go, we did the pressing. But the thing is, gegenpressing, the high intensity levels, everything was just there. Everything was just clicking for Barcelona. We were pressing and we were pressing really high. But what I want you to note, we didn't actually press the center backs a whole lot, right? We had the 4-4-2 formation in place, and then we had the two forwards just trying to close down the middle. So the pressing only happened when the ball moved, then these guys would go out to press. And like you know by now, Barcelona sucks the pitch down into one half, and that is how we pressed throughout the game. And we didn't even really need to press that much because we had, of course, we had bulk of the possession, but the pressing was just on. It was just there, and it was great to see. Actually, we were putting pressure. Even this team was sitting deep. They had 5, even 6 defenders at the time, but we had pressure on them and we broke them down. But now one thing I want you to look at, right, is that normally Barcelona has the 4-4-2, but the thing is, something that struck my mind or caught my attention was the fact that the second line of defense was not in static, which means they were not in line like the back four. We had 2 guys up front. We were pressing in the 4-4-2, but the second line was actually something that looked like diamond, or you can even argue that it was a 3 and then the 1. So I don't really know, but one thing I do know is that these guys were not in line. Which means it was going too hard for them to be playing in between the lines. So that is what Barcelona did, and that is what made me feel good about Barcelona. Something and Xavi and his brother Oscar is showing adaptability. So it was really going to be hard to play in between the lines for Inter Miami, and they didn't know what to do. So it was really great. It was really great for us, and we just did everything that we could, and we actually blasted them out of the water. Alright, so in terms of position, Inter Miami didn't press us relatively high. They was kind of sitting in the mid to low block. They did come out sometimes, but they didn't really press us. So Barcelona was allowed to come through the first phase of build-up relatively easy. However, I just wanted to get your mind on to this. Barcelona, even though Inter Miami didn't press really high, Barcelona kept their back line intact. All right, so we had the back line, we had the double pivot, and then we also had a singular number 10 operating. Now this 10, at times it was Pablo Torre, it was Xavi, Pedri, sometimes even Casey as well. But what I want you to focus on, and that number 10 position was not particularly a set person like a Griezmann or Messi. That wasn't the thing. We even have Franck Kessié in that position at times. So that I think Xavi is trying to create a fluidity in Barcelona, because that number 10 role, we had a guy frequently roaming. So this is actually going to be really hard to mark. You don't know who's the number 10, you don't know who's the free roamer, but we also had this at the same time. We had the double pivot intact, so which is a great move by Xavi and his brother Oscar to create these different kinds of options for Barcelona, which could be in the future. Barcelona could be really unstoppable. So at times Barcelona looked like a 2-3-5 in possession. You know, the center backs, of course. Sometimes we had a midfield, the midfielder, the 6, which was Nico or Sergio Busquets, and then you had an inverted fullback. So they would create the 3, and then you had Jordi Alba. You had a winger on that side. You had the number 10. You had a winger, or if the winger was out wide, you would have the other midfielder going out, and then this fullback would actually create the 3 in that position. So that is how Barcelona looked basically. And like I mentioned in the previous video, we're gonna see a lot of inverted wingers, because in the first half we had Ansu Fati playing in this role, and the Aubameyang goal came because of Rafinha actually cutting inside and assisting Aubameyang there. So I told you guys, we're gonna see a lot of inverted wingers in this Barcelona season, and these guys are talented to do it, cutting inside, finishing off, assisting. So you're gonna see a lot, so get used to that, seeing a lot of inverted wingers. But the thing is, at times when Inter Miami was creating a little bit of momentum for them, one of these two would actually go out to form a back 3 at the back. So it would have been the fullback, or you would have had the midfielder or the other fullback creating a back 3 with a double pivot in the middle to basically calm things down. That is what happened, and then Barcelona would of course look like this, right? And this is actually something that we used to seeing. We're used to seeing this, and yeah, last season we tried this, but I think Xavi is going to move in a 2-3-5 formation, and if teams create momentum, if they're good at defending, we're going to see the 3-2-5 as well. So like I said, a lot of fluidity Xavi is trying to implement, and this system, like I said, is going to be unstoppable. If we can perfect this is going to be unstoppable. Now I wanted to talk a little bit more about the number 10, the free roaming guy, which is, as I mentioned, is no set person who was in this role. So when we have this number 10, normally when the switches happen, we're gonna see the double pivot making a lot of late entries, and I think that is going to be Franck Kessié, because he's really good at this, making those late runs. And this is what Xavi wanted to do, because back in the day, it was either him or Iniesta who would be on the ball, where the other one made which was alongside Busquets. It was often Xavi next to Busquets, and then Iniesta would make those late runs. Just go and check out the videos, look carefully, you would see Iniesta making a lot of late runs because Xavi was on the ball. So we're gonna see this as well. I've noticed that, especially Kessié making late runs into the box here, because this number 8 is focused on the ball, right? So now this number 6 would make the run, which is going to be Kessié, maybe Frenkie de Jong, I'm not really sure, you know. So we're gonna see a lot of late runs from the double pivot moving into, and like I said in the previous video as well, we're gonna see a set double pivot because of the signing of Kessié. Maybe Xavi knew what he was doing with the signing of Franck Kessié. Now, at the same time, Barcelona was really fluid, but at the same time, we also had the width, which was really good to see in this game, where we stretched him. Doesn't matter if there was a winger or a fullback on either side, or both wingers, both fullbacks. It doesn't matter. We kept the width. We stretched him, and it's really amazing to see. It's really amazing to see, because that is how the Barcelona of old used to play. Have width in your play. Doesn't matter who's there. There's somebody. Now, I wanted to take your mind to something else as well. Not only did we have the double pivot and the singular number 10, you are going to see an inverted winger and the number 9, which is going to be Lewandowski or Aubameyang, or maybe which is what I wanted to tell you. Maybe Xavi is trying to prepare to have both Aubameyang and Lewandowski in this position, where the fullback is going to keep the width. So maybe, and at the same time, this is also going to bring out the best in Jordi Alba. So maybe Xavi is trying to implement something new, having Aubameyang, we're having Aubameyang and Lewandowski as a front two, and then Dembele out wide. Maybe we're gonna see that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I've seen this quite a lot. This has been a recurring theme that we've seen two players up front in this region over here. Maybe Xavi is trying to get us ready to see Aubameyang, and maybe Memphis and Ansu Fati even can play in that. Is going to be like in that position, and that's all going to be possible because of that double pivot covering, you know. So let me know down in the comment section, what do you think? What do you think about the tactics? What do you think about this game? Stuff that we've seen, tactics that we've seen in this game, in the build up and in the mid phase, defending and everything. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot. And remember, as always, Visca Barça, Viva Catalunya.